Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Chase. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Year 5 Season 1 Designer's Notes. Tomorrow, we'll actually go more in depth on the graphs and charts they provided, but we're just going to run through this real quick. I'm going to give my opinions. We have a double upload today, so I figured tomorrow we'll actually dive deep in depth in this as I think about it for the rest of the day. So, basically, they're going to make a lot of people mad with this. They say when it comes to the highest level of play, we find a few things to be true that we would like to share. Professional players are masters of the game and place significant value on the mastery of the game as it stands today. Naturally, this can lead to resistance when we make changes, as it can be disruptive to a team's comp, strategy, and performance while beneficial to others. Professional players have an incredible understanding of the intricacies of Siege and are able to see many things from that perspective that we may miss. That said, we have to balance the game to their understanding. So basically, they're just saying, yeah, we listen to pro feedback a lot, and they're saying here that they also monitor and gather data on every aspect of the game, which they do. I mean, they look at the ban rates of the high ranks. They look at the, pick rate, win rate of the high ranks, and that's understandable. But I think this little section right here is definitely going to make a lot of people mad, because they're literally coming out and saying that we value pro players more than we value you guys. And I understand that. I mean, I really do. Like they said, they're the best at the game. They make money from the game. They don't want their livelihood being messed up because, Jager got nerfed to a 2-speed instead of a 3-speed, something like that. So, I mean, I 100% understand it, that they listen to pro players. Do I think they should completely change the game because of the pro scene? No. Like, literally, less than 1% of the Siege player base is in the pro scene. Easily. So, I don't think they should do it completely to the pro scene, but definitely make some changes based around the pro scene, because like I said, it's their livelihoods. That's how the pros make money. They want to stay on the team. They want to stay good, and some of these nerfs could really mess up their livelihoods. So now that we've got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and read a little bit more. They basically say that they're going to improve their communication around balancing changes. This is basically a big note saying we're sorry about the terrible patch notes that we released the other day. That's how I took it. They're going to start providing context for why they're doing this, and we'll get into that later because it does say this a little bit more down in the descriptions of the nerfs. But we're going to look at the graphs real quick. Like I said, we're going to do an in-depth video on these graphs tomorrow, so we're not going to spend too much time on them. But one thing I want to point out is Ash and Sophia are way out there, okay? They're alone. Sophia and Ash are going to be targeted within the next season or so, I truly believe. It's crazy with as many nerfs that have came to Sophia. She's still very, very good. Ash, I mean, she's back on top because people learn to adapt to how to play with her without the ACOG. So, yeah, those two operators I definitely see being nerfed. Some operators that will be getting buffs will definitely be Kali and Glaz. We're seeing Ying be getting a buff soon, so yeah. Also, what I want to point out is that there's really no operators that are around the median point. This point right here, where my cursor is supposed to be the most balanced operators in the game. As you can see, there's really no one near that but Twitch. So yeah, this is very, very interesting. Finka's all the way up here with a very high win rate, but she has no pick rate. Fuse, obviously, he's not going to have a good win rate. I want to see him get buffed. But, yeah, this is the, attacker win rate delta. Honestly, this should literally show that they shouldn't take Buck's frag grenades away, but they did it anyways. I mean, Buck is not playing very well this season in these high ranks, because he has a negative win percentage. So why did they take his frag grenades away? We'll get into that a little bit in a minute. Graph number 2, Jager really, it's not even funny anymore. I said it in my operator buffs video. I get it. Wamai, whatever you want to call him, Wamai is very balanced. He is. But Wamai was put into the game to try and drop Jager's pick rate. That clearly did not happen one bit. It's only going up, I think. I think his win rate also increased. It might have decreased, not sure. I don't really see Valkyrie getting nerfed, but I mean, I didn't see Mozzie getting nerfed, and they took away his shotgun. But yeah, I don't really see Valk getting a nerf. Legion, something I want to point out, Legion is still very, very good, even though his gadget got nerfed. And then, of course, something to point out is the Ela being very, very high. Something I didn't expect was Smoke being all the way down here, and as well as Clash being all the way down here. I mean, I guess it's because people don't have a chance to play Clash anymore, but I don't know. What are your guys' opinions on Clash and Smoke being so low? Also, Oryx is very low. That's something to look into as well. But one thing I want to point out that's a blaring difference is that they're actually doing pretty good on balancing the defensive side, other than, you know, Jager being the massive outlier and Tachanka being a massive outlier. You know, you got people clustered around the center, and that's great to see. Mute is right there, and I agree. Mute's the most balanced operator in the game. All right, so these are the ban rates. Jackal, obviously, up there. No one wants to deal with Jackal. Thatcher, I definitely expected to be higher. I think Thatcher is a operator that you want to ban in the current meta of Siege, especially if you're starting on defense, because that just takes away even more utility from the attacker side. The attackers don't have enough utility, while the defensive team has so much utility. So I think if you ban Thatcher, you can almost win every single defensive round if you pick the right sides. Then, of course, the defensive ones are Mira with an astonishing 81%. I think that's nuts. I thought Echo would for sure be higher. Echo has a 67, and then it's just really off from there. Clash, of course, comes in. But, yeah, I'm really, really shocked by how high Mira is and how low Thatcher is. I think Mira is becoming more and more obsolete. But, of course, she's still powerful. Ying, all right, let's look at what they say are the reasons behind their changes. So Ying is not yet where we would want her to be in terms of her presence, and the wind delta has decreased since they last added like the Candela thing. You know what I'm talking about. They're giving her smoke grenades because they want to basically increase teamwork is what they're saying. I think that this is going to be a terrible step because we've already seen Ying with smoke grenades already. She was very, very good. She changed the meta. She was the meta. Run in there, throw your Yings, throw your smokes, you plant easily. Have a Monty sit on top of the bomb. Literally easiest meta for attackers in Siege. So we might see a push towards a attacker-sided meta soon. We want to increase the level of synergy she deploys when spearheading. At the same time, smoke grenades are useful to circumvent utilities such as black mirrors and deployable and Goyo shields. So I don't know how to feel about Ying. Like I said, I think the damage boost. I think the damage boost is a little bit necessary, but not. It's a laser. It has good ADS speed now. I think it is one of the more underrated guns in the game currently. But she's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in the new patch. All right, so they just talk about the M12. We're not going to look at that. We don't really care. I mean, this is a really good addition to Caveira's M12. The TCG. All right, so this is the shotgun that Kaid and Goyo have access to. It's getting reduced down from 84 to 55. That is a huge damage nerf. It's still a 2-shot to 3 speeds, but it will be about a 3-shot to 2 speeds, and then a 4-shot, I believe, maybe, to 1 speeds. But they basically say that it was an extremely powerful weapon. It was very overpowered. I agree with that. If you were good with it and you mastered it, it was insane. To compensate this radical change, we have added 10 extra slugs to Kaid and Goyo's pouches. After this change, 2 shots will put any 1 to 2 armor in a down but not out state, and 3 armors will require 3 shots to get into the same status. So basically, what I said was almost true. 1 and 2 armors will be done and 2 shots, and then 3 armors will take 3 shots. So that's understandable. All right, here's the big thing that we wanted to see. Right here, Jager. Jager has been incomparable in terms of presence and wind delta for an incredibly long time. I agree. He's crazy good. We have recently fine-tuned his 416, which led to a reduction of his KD ratio. I can't talk today, bro. I can't talk. I'm terrible. But, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the 416 is still good. It's always going to be good because it's a carbine assault rifle mix on defense. So, I mean, immediately it hits like a truck. It's going to be good. We started to explore how much we could tweak the German gunner to try and get him close to the other operators. Jager was amongst the most mobile defenders and could rely on the most praised weapons in the game on top of his incredible use of utility. Okay, so here's the thing that you do. Incredibly useful utility. Knock him down in ADS and you fix the issue with Jager. You make it to where Wamai will start seeing pretty good increase in pick rate, because Wamai's low-key a little bit better if you knock down Jager and ADS. So yeah, I think that's stupid that they made him a 2 armor. It low-key might make Jager better. We'll just have to see. Alright, Mozzie, remove Super Shorty. They're just saying that he's very versatile, and I agree with that. I love Mozzie to death, and it makes me sad that his Super Shorty is going to be gone. But, yeah, it was definitely needed. He could do anything in the game. He had good guns for fragging. He could roam. He could anchor. He had an intel gadget. And then he was also able to make rotation holes with a utility shotgun. That's insane. Buck. Alright, Buck. They're basically saying Buck was... I think this is one of the stupidest explanations. Buck was viewed as a very balanced operator. Yeah, he was. But we noticed that he brought unique opportunities to the attacking team and was incredibly potent on many bomb sites. Okay, so here's the issue with that. He's incredibly potent on many bomb sites, so why take his frag grenades away? There are so many other operators on attack that have frag grenades. Sledge can literally do the same exact thing as him, and you're not taking Sledge's frag grenades away. He could rely as well on frag grenades that are extremely strong in the current meta, and Sledge, who can be used in similar situations, cannot breach ceilings or upper walls, however. Okay, here's also the issue I have with this is, when are you going to throw a grenade through the ceiling? You rarely will, because it has the opportunity to come back down and hit you. That's just my opinion on that. I get the upper walls thing, but I don't know. I just don't like this. By removing his frags and giving his gadget more ammunition, we expect players to have to operate a choice between an excellent downward attacker and a versatile soft breacher. Don't like this change at all. I think their explanation was very stupid. Just not a fan of it. Alright, now here is the biggest one. I'm like, what? They want Goyo gone. Just delete him from the game now. Look at it. Look at this graph. Okay, Goyo is already in underpick 2 week, and you're going to be nerfing his DMR shotgun, and now you're going to be taking away a Vulcan shield. Oh my god. Goyo performs very differently depending on the level of play. I agree with that, but you're literally saying that while the, platinum and above charts literally read that Goyo sucks. Like, I'm just saying, like, they need to think when they write these. As you can see in this balancing matrix above, he is not currently performing greatly as he suffers from a low presence and low win delta. This change is directed towards the current Pro League meta. So why are... This is what I was talking about at the start of the video. Why are you making an operator terrible for the main game when, like, less than 1% of the player base requested this nerf? That's the issue I have. It's going to positively affect less than 1% of the player base. So why are you doing it, Ubisoft? It's currently utility heavy in the Pro League meta. Understandable. We hope that it will alleviate some of the frustration stemming from his increased influence at a professional level. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely understand why they're doing this. You run the right operators with Goyo, and he's a nightmare. Capcan, Jager, Goyo, Mira, all these operators that are heavily utility, and he's overpowered. But look at your win rate graph. That's all I'm saying. Look at that. Let me know what you guys think about these changes and the graphs and the designer notes and what Ubisoft has said. Comment down below that. Sorry if I got a little bit upset in this video, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace.